Chino and Sergio from the Deftones. How are you guys today?
We're here. We made it.
Yeah, doing well.
Good times, good times. We have the show tomorrow with you guys and a bunch of other bands out at the Fair Farm. How are you guys enjoying Arizona? How long have you been here?
A couple hours, a few hours. We got here this afternoon.
Did you fly in?
No, we drove. We were in Texas, somewhere in Texas last night, and we had a show, and we left as soon as we got off stage and made it here a little afternoon today.
That's real cool. And I'm excited that you came in because, people have been wanting to know, who is this new dude? What is his deal and what's going on now? You were in a band called Quicksand a zillion years ago, and I really like that song Landmine Spring. That was like one of my favorite songs of the early 90s.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I first linked up with these guys on the first Warped Tour. Quicksand and Deftones were on it. Mm-hmm. And hung out on their Winnebago a couple of times. And that was kind of like the start of our friendship.
How was the Deftones Winnebago in the early 90s? Was it completely salty? Did it smell like Nakchamfa? What would you say the Winnebago was like back in the day?
Mellow.
Mellow.
It was very mellow. Everybody was really nice and quiet. And
soft front in Vega. You don't have to front.
Oh, yeah.
A studious bunch, I would assume. A studious bunch. Everyone was taking it easy. Terrible what happened to Chi.
Of course.
It was like I realized, after, because you guys did a show for us a couple of days before the car crash.
Yeah, that was Chi's last show.
Yeah.
With us, to this point. Yeah, that's just pretty crazy.
How is he?
Well, he's fighting. I think he wants to live. He wants to come out of this thing. He's right now he's in a minimal conscious state, which pretty much means he wakes up, and he opens his eyes and he looks around and you can talk to him, but he hasn't yet responded. He hasn't really yet spoken or. But his progress is a lot better than it was. It's been almost a couple years now.
I know.
So he's made a lot of progress since then, and I believe that he wants to get through this. So we all are keeping very optimistic about it and just hoping for the best.
Yeah, it's just crazy, because after what happened with Chi, I started reading about traumatic brain injuries and all that kind of stuff, and how it's really really tough because it's almost like a super slow awakening.
Yeah, I mean you don't really know.
Right.
That's what a lot of people expect that that one day he's just gonna pop out of it. You know what I mean? And it's not like because he has made a lot of progress since his first. Because when it first happened, I mean he was pretty much unconscious, completely, and but he's slowly starting to do things. He's you'll ask him. To grab for something, and he's done that, a couple times, and he can pick himself up sometimes, But it's, it's far and few between. It's still there's a lot of work ahead, and the main thing right now is really trying to get him, the best help as possible. There's a certain doctors that are located on the East Coast, that are kind of overseeing his care, but we want to get him underneath their care 24/7.
Yeah.
And then what they're doing is they're trying some kind of experimental, kind of a really aggressive kind of therapy to try to expedite the whole thing and get him to start making bigger improvements quicker. So that's what we're working on right now, and it's tough. It's financially it's been really really difficult.
Horrible. Yeah.
Just medical care in general in this country is just it's insanely just ridiculous.
It's always been tough for musicians. I remember like in the 90s the Sweet Relief thing, trying to get like some sort of thing where we're musicians who were working and doing that kind of stuff. You guys are awesome at making music, not always good at having a job that gives you health insurance.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. No, and even though he has insurance, it's tough because a lot of the therapies that we're trying on him, the insurance doesn't cover that type of stuff.
I see.
Yeah.
So that's our main goal right now. Just still trying to raise bucks here and there, and just keep the awareness out there in any way anybody can help. And we trying to get them to go to the OneLoveForChi.com site, which is family runs, where you can get all the most updated information on his well-being as well.
Yeah, I was hoping you guys would talk about the One Love for Chi thing. That's fantastic. I saw that Shepard Fairey donated some of the lithographs from President Obama's what's that word? Election? Yeah, that was the word I was stumped there by for a second. What's that word? Election?
So many people have come forward. Chi's met a lot of people over the years, obviously doing what he does, and made an impression on a lot of people. He's a great dude.
Yeah.
His attitude has always been he'll do anything for anybody. So to see that it's coming back to him, in this way, from all the love from all the other bands, and just we did a couple benefit shows about a year ago, maybe a little bit more than a year ago,
last November.
And we had so many people from other bands, from System of a Down to Linkin Park guys to Tommy Lee, everybody, just people all came out of the woodworks and came and they still continue to. So it's a great thing.
Cool. And that's OneLoveForChi.com, correct?
Yes.
And people can make direct donations on that website if they want to.
Yes.
Cool. That's awesome. So the album Diamond Eyes, it's a pretty rad disc, dude. It's like how does you guys sit there and like I was getting ready for you guys to come in. I'm thinking, man, it's been a long time since I first saw you guys, the Deftones. First time I saw the Deftones play was with Korn at a club called the Casbah in San Diego.
Okay.
A jillion years ago. My buddy Greg was really, really into your band. And I got to tell you, quite frankly, I didn't understand your band at the time because I'm like, it was so different. It was so different. How do you guys keep the creative output going after so many years? I mean, you've had, it's now 6 albums now?
Yeah, this is I think our 6th record. But I don't know, man. I think we actually do enjoy each other's company.
All right. Like we're mellow Winnebago, not a drama Winnebago. Mellow Winnebago.
Exactly. I mean, we've all been friends. A lot of us, me and Stefan, our guitar player, we've been friends since like we were 10 years old.
Nice.
And Abe as well. I've known him since junior high school. So we've been friends for a long time, and we actually enjoy making music together. I mean, it's one thing that I pride ourselves on is where a lot of the bands are kind of like seem forced to be together sometimes to make music. We never really had that problem, so that's important for us. And then going in with making this record, I mean, I think what happened with Chi, really kind of set us in a kind of creative mode. I think we had to reevaluate life in general in a way, and then obviously what we do musically, and I think we all came together, and it was sort of therapeutic for us to get together and make music, once again, and we just started, and we didn't stop until we were done making a record, and it happened pretty quick. I mean, it was about 5-6 months from the time we started writing till we were done with the recording.
I had no idea that it went that fast.
It's fast for us. I mean, I know a lot of other bands scoff at that, but
seriously, that's fast for just about any band to get it from writing to done in 5-6 months. That's pretty quick.
Yeah, for us, like I said, we our last couple of records, we were going on, spending a year, 2 years, almost 3 years on the Saturday Night Wrist record, which was a tough record to make. This record wasn't as tough as a lot of people wouldn't think because of what happened. That there'd be this cloud over us, and we, whatever. But for some reason, it brought us really close together, and we just got creative.
And there was a lot of excitement, and we had also Nick Raskulinix there, producing it and basically copying. He was just recording everything that we were doing. So we'd get into the room and just like we're excited, we're happy, we're just playing, and he's just documenting everything. And anytime anything was really worth developing, he'd just be on it if we weren't on it already. And it made for a real efficient kind of use of time where every idea was just really maximized and stuff. It's not trite to say it, but pain is a huge driver of art. You guys have suffered. Do you think that was what made it come together? You had a lot to get out. You wanted to get out.
Just work in general. Sometimes when you're going through some things, I mean, to bury your head in your work. Our work happens to be music. What I mean? And it really it was, like I said, therapeutic for us. And, it's not like we didn't go in and say, okay, we're going to make this whole record. It's going to be about Chi and about this whole thing, about whatever. We didn't look at it that way, more or less, that we just kind of like, I guess we're really appreciative of, the fact that we've been a band since, I don't know how long.
Go, Wikipedia.
A lot of years, yeah. I mean, we started in 88 in the garage, but I mean, it's been a lot of years since we've been playing. So, the fact that we're able to still make music and have it be somewhat relevant and have people still want to hear it,
Dude, you know who really digs your band?
Who's that?
Every chick in the building loves the Deftones so much. What is it? It's like I remember when I would come home, and if my girlfriend had either a Deftones album on or a 9 Inch Nails album on,
it was going down, right?
Yeah, it was either she was really angry or really horny. Something was going to happen. It could be really bad or really good. What do you think chicks dig about your music so much? Because it is a lot. I mean, like chicks who are not ordinarily be into heavy music love the Deftones. Love the Deftones. You have to explain why do the lovely ladies love the Deftones?
Maybe it's the romantic undertones.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's something about sex and violence that are to an extent that are pretty exciting. I mean, I think it fits in our music. In certain ways. It's not. Although our music is pretty heavy bass, I guess. Whatever. We got so many other influences that come in. You know what I mean? And we bring into our music. So. I think it just fits. It's part of life,
Yeah, I think, there's definitely a sensuality to the band. I mean, with the heaviness.
As an outsider, Vega?
As an outsider, I look at the band.
This would be a good voice. It's the sensuality of music.
Yes, and the foundation of this band, as opposed to being testosterone-driven anger, like most of these heavy bands. This is a band that is romantic and passionate for life.
I can get that.
Yet aggressive.
I see that. I'm going to say this. Chicks who I would ordinarily never think about it have come to me and said, okay, when the guys from the Deftones are here, you have to tell them that I'm going to be at the show. Okay. And we totally want to hook up. So you got to say good things. And I'm like, I'm not going to tell them that. Although I just did tell you guys that at that point.
On the air.
Yeah, totally. So let's just say there might be some girls who want to meet you.